Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Now, my name is Kalthom. All right, I'm currently working in University Technical Malaysia, Melaka. Now, what I'm going to share with you this morning is a module entitled Critical and Creative Thinking. All right, so let me enlighten you with the expected learning outcomes. All right, now we hope that towards the end of the lessons, you should be able to provide definition on critical and creative thinking skills. That will be the learning outcome for number 1. And for number 2, we hope that you should be able to state the importance of critical and creative thinking skills. And thirdly, you should be able towards the end of this lesson to explain the importance of creativity in innovation. All right? So bearing that in mind, so let us proceed. Now, this is a picture, all right? Look, I want you to study the picture, all right? And I want you to work in pairs later on, okay? After studying the picture, you will be sharing your views with your partner next to you, all right? I give you about 1 minute to do so. All right? Now what is happening actually when we are so engrossed in our thinking process? You know, remember when I gave you this picture? So what actually happened? All right, what actually happened in our thinking process? Now, actually what happened is that our brain, all right, will act with the understanding of the contingency plans received through the senses. Our eyes, all right, probably in this situation is our eyes, all right, and then our human brain will be forming concepts. We make interpretations and reaction based on the existing experience that we have in our memory. And also, our human brain helps us to analyze the statement and find valid evidence before making decisions. So these are the process that recursive in our thinking process. Let's move on, all right? Just now, we are talking about what happened. So now, we are moving on to what is meant by thinking, okay? Now, who does the thinking? It's only human beings does the thinking, all right? So thinking is an activity that happens almost every time and every day, okay? It is a process that happens in our mind. And thinking is also a mental activity in the human brain. It is a process of building understanding and knowledge. So that would explain what thinking is. Let us move on, all right? Since at the early of the lesson, I told you that we are concentrating on critical and creative thinkings. Now, actually, these critical and creative thinkings are two essential thinking elements that will broaden and deepen our thinking capacities. So if once these thinking skills are acquired, it shall deposit in our arguments and reasoning abilities. Okay, so it is kind of thinking skills that would help us to enhance ourselves in our thinking process. Okay, now while critical thinking and creative thinking are not interchangeable, so both implicated as a complementary dimensions to thinking and learning. Now, critical cannot take place of a creative thinking, and also creative thinking cannot take place of critical. It comes concurrent, all right? It's complementary, okay? Now, let us move on to the definition of creative thinking. So, what is creative thinking? All right. Now, creative thinking is a mental process that involves new idea or involve triggers of new concept or new idea combined with existing concepts. And it is driven by the vision process, either consciously or unconsciously. So it can happen, you know, while we are conscious or when we are unconsciously in the state of unconscious. Okay. So that is the introduction of a creative thinking. Now, the next one, all right, the definition of innovation. What do you mean by innovation? All right, so innovation concentrates on production of new items that provide values and benefits to everyone. It involves the creation of products. It involves the creation of process. It involves the creation of system. All right, or it could be creation of organizational structures and new business models, and etc., etc. But basically, when we talk about innovation, it's generation of new things, so new products. All right. Okay, so let us move on to critical thinking. Okay, what is critical thinking? So critical thinking is the efficiency and ability to use the mind to assess the reasonable or fairness of an idea, the advantages and disadvantages of an argument. We should be able to make sound judgment and produce reasonable evidence in solving a problem with the skills that we have acquired, that is creative and critical thinking. Okay? Okay, now since I have introduced to you the definition of critical thinking, creative thinking, innovation, now let me hear from you now, all right? How do you define in your own words, all right, these terminologies, okay? So you can take a piece of paper and write your terminologies, all right? So give me your definition on critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative, and innovation. So then later you may like to post to my email this exercise. All right, so remember I was telling you that in this lesson I'm just introducing to you, all right, the concepts of critical, creative, and innovative. Now, why is it so important that we need to be critical? Why is it so important that we need to be creative? So people would say, so what? Why is it's so necessary to be creative and critical? Now, scrutinizing these particular skills, you'll see, you'll find yourself, all right? You'll find that this critical and creative thinking are very important, and because these two thinking skills are closely related, because it helps us to elevate a process of innovation, invention, designing new process, new models, new structures, and lots of other things. All right. Now, why is it important again? Because critical and creative generate and spark new ideas, new controversy that would provide benefits and values to mankind. Okay, so I think I have covered enough. But however, let us just recap. All right. Before we end this lesson, let us just recap what we had just done. All right. You should be able now, okay, to give definition of the terminologies and state the importance of the two thinking skills. So with that, I thank you.